All right, hello, welcome back. This is Mark with Premier Trader University and NetPicks. And what I want to do in this video, we did a live hangout this morning, October 11th, Thursday. And that video is also here in the YouTube channel. But one of the downsides that I noticed was the actual charts were got a little fuzzy if you enlarged it. So we had over 100 people, which was great, spending about an hour with me this morning while I traded live, which was nice. But I know for some of you it was a little bit difficult to see the charts, especially if you tried to expand them. So I wanted to kind of just go back over those trades from today. So, and on this video, the charts will be a little clearer and we can be more condensed with this as well. So in the video, I ended up taking this buy setup right here. As you can see, it was what we were calling in the video a get and sink trade. It was a long entry at 1772.30, which you see right there. And I'm just going to get the pen out here so I can mark this up. So that was right there. And the target was 1775.60, which is this dot up here. So we enter, and actually we ended up entering probably right there is where we triggered, somewhere in that area. And then we went for this target. Now I backed the target down to 1775.50 in real time, and we discussed that on the Hangout video as the reason why. And of course I did hit target one, and I discussed a little bit about scaling and moving stops. But ultimately, as you can see, this one did hit full target. And this ends up being $330 to full target. With my one tick adjust, it's about $320. And then, of course, I've got commission about $5 per contract. And not too much slip typically with gold futures. Could have a slip of a tick, so that would knock 10 bucks off. But really nice trade overall, very quick. We were only in this for 5 minutes or so, and then had target. The next thing we showed you was a trade that followed. There was another short trade, as you can see yourself on the chart. That's the little plus sign is the short entry. The reason that happened is because our trend power indicator turned red. When this down here turns red, we're looking for shorts. First, I need a retrace, which we got into our moving averages, and then the setup bar, which was right here. Actually, I'm sorry, in this case, right here. The reason we actually were able to get a setup earlier than the retrace is we have one setup, which happens when the trend bar color turns from green to red. So we had this opportunity. It would have ended up being basically the same setup as we discussed in the video, and the trade obviously worked very well. Short 1769.80, target 2 1766.50, $330. I did not take this second trade live, as I mentioned in the video, because I was already at our power of quitting, which following my trade plan, I only need that one winner and done for gold. Another trade that we showed, and I may have been a little hard to see, was the Euro US dollar on a day trade. And actually, when I finished the video, we were right about somewhere in here, I believe. We were long from here in the US session. We had a very good European session as well. But we had this long entry, and we were looking for, same as on the gold chart, which is the nice thing. You can see the strategy is the same. Different, of course, time frames and whatnot, but we were looking for that second target here. And the good news is, what's nice to report now when I record this, is we got a final swoop up, and we hit target, and then we're done, right? That's called power of quitting one. We don't take the subsequent trade. Whether they win or lose, it doesn't matter to us. So we're finished on that one. Another one we had the opportunity to show was Euro Yen. These are the two markets, if you do Forex, that we would day trade with the strategy, Euro US and Euro Yen. And also was good news to report. We were able to get to the full target. We showed you that. There was a good trade in the European session as well. I think even two of them actually. If we go back a little further, no, that was the main trade in the European session. And you can see it triggered and rallied to target. So we showed you that as well. Another one that we discussed was the Euro US dollar on a swing trade. It's currently in a long. We're about a little bit under our entry point. We have our stop and our target 2. It's a 45 pip target, so we'll see what ends up happening with this trade. Another market we spent some time with was the Euro Aussie. It's had some really great moves. We had our live webinar yesterday, and the trade was underway. Ended up hitting the full target, and you can see we've had a lot of good trades on this guy of late. So it's been doing great. Winner on the long, winner on the long, one stop on a long, winner on the short, winner on the short, winner on the short. And right now we're looking for a new setup. We're getting close because we're pulling back into our support. So we very much could have a buy setup coming here soon. So we definitely would expect to see that here in the next session. So just a final chart. We also showed trading silver futures, which obviously is not for everybody. It requires definitely a larger account. But we had the first trade, remember, on the day in the Hangout that went to target 1. On target 2, we exited, or I should say the balance of the position, if we had any, went out here to the protective stop. And then a little while later, we had a nice short trade, as you can see here, short at 34.195 and target 34.105 that was hit. So that was shortly after we finished on the downside. So that was it on a coverage of the various markets. I think we also did briefly touch on crude oil. And it was just a really a pre-opening trade here that we discussed, more of a European hour type trade, a little different story anyway. But we just kind of showed you that on the chart, and that was that market. And then DAX futures probably was the last chart or market that we covered. So again, I just wanted to record this quick condensed version. Basically, hopefully this video is at least clearer than the one during the Hangout. Obviously, I covered a lot more detail during that, so if you did listen, that was great. I appreciate that. We'll be doing more of those in the future. I'll be trading live in the markets and narrating as I go, and then of course I'll work on getting a little bit better output so you can see the charts clearer during the live portion of the presentation. So again, thanks for listening. This is Mark with Premier Trader University. If you have any questions, let us know, and be sure to go to premiertraderuniversity.com. Take care, everybody.